Hi there. Before we get started on today's podcast, I'm going to give you a couple of clues for the two voices in this week's promotion to win the Celtic Framed Legends print. So have a listen to voice number one.
Well, I didn't get to come here that often. As a boy, I always admired Pelé. For me, I don't think there'll be a footballer that'll get anywhere near him.
So this particular legend played at Celtic between 1983 and 1987. So that's your first clue. And have a listen to voice number two.
It was absolutely a great time for me as well, personally, and obviously football-wise was just great.
And this particular legend, he played at Celtic between 2005 and 2010. So that's your two clues to help you with your guesses. And I might add as well, you only need to get one right, you don't need to get both right. So have a wee go, leave your guess in the comments, and good luck to everybody. Hello and a warm welcome back to the Celtic Forever podcast. We're here to go over tomorrow night's game between Atletico and Celtic in the Champions League. It's going to be tough, it's going to be a very difficult game for Celtic tomorrow. We're under no illusions here, we know it's going to be very tough. Hope everybody had a safe bonfire night last night and got home safe. Everybody's okay. Got John here to go over everything. How are we today, John?
Nah, I'm good, thanks, Sander. I kind of say I'm looking forward to this game on Tuesday. You know me, I'm not a big fan of the Champions League at all.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's behind the couch one, isn't it? You're covering your eyes and everything, watching these games away in the Champions League. But, you know, I've got to play the fixture, I'm afraid. You know, if we come out of there with a draw, I'll be over the moon. A win, I'll be totally ecstatic. But let's go into it then, John. Let's go into what we think is going to happen tomorrow. So we'll start with the odds, because that gives you an idea of what the bookmakers think Celtic's chances are. So we've got Atletico, who are 8-25 to win the match outright. The draw is 5-1, and a Celtic win, they're getting odds of 10-1 on a Celtic win. So that gives you a rough idea of the Celtic's chances tomorrow night, because the bookmakers are hardly wrong, are they, John?
No, that's overwhelming odds as well, isn't it? 10-1.
Yeah.
But it just shows you what we're up against, doesn't it? It says I can't stand the Champions League. I don't even watch the Champions League if Celtic are in it. I just don't like it. Yeah. I mean, it was good when Celtic maybe get a couple of results in it. I'm not saying I'm a glory hunter, but nobody likes to see their team getting beat in these competitions. The teams are just a level above, aren't they? It's very, very hard to watch. But because I suppose it's always good at Celtic Park. You've got a wee chance there, but so far this season in the Champions League, we've took 1 point out of 9 games. Very unlucky against Lazio, of course, and Feyenoord down to 9 men, but I just don't like it. I just don't like the Champions League.
Yeah. So do you think there's a chance we could come out there with a draw tomorrow? You think there's a chance we'll get a point?
No, really. If I'm being honest, no, I don't think there's much of a chance he's getting a draw. And the bookies, like he says, they're seldom wrong, are they? 10-1 for Celtic to get a result there. What was the draw odds?
5-1. 5-1 the draw.
5-1.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, just look. We can only hope for the best. That's all we can ever do in the Champions League. We've not got the funds to compete in that competition, Xander. That's the facts. We haven't got the funds to compete in it. But like I've always says, again, it's 11 men against 11. You just never ever know.
Yeah.
But I'm optimistic. No, really, no.
Oh well, I don't know, because I was looking at they played yesterday. Obviously, Atletico Madrid, and they lost 2-1 to Las Palmas. So if Las Palmas can beat them, surely Celtic can beat them. That's the way I look at it, because, you know, where are they in the league? They're near the bottom. So they lost 2-1 to quite a lower team in the league. So you've always got that wee glimmer of hope, I suppose. they are beatable. We know they're a world-class team. We know Atletico are going to come at us from start to finish. But we can defend, and we have got good defenders there, John, and we have got a lot of pace, as you said the last time we played them. We've got a lot of pace up front to hit them on the counter-attack, I think.
Aye, but we also need every player on form. Every player's got to be a 10 out of 10, like we says the last time. Ended up a 2-each draw. Thought the players played really well in the first half, Celtic players, I mean. Second half, they looked dead in their knees, and that form has continued since that game, if you ask me. Even though we've got a couple of wins out of that, really struggled against Hibs, nothing each. And it was 2-1, a struggle against St Mirren. And then up at Ross County, that's probably the best we've played since we played Atletico Madrid. I think Celtic players had an easy day of it. But look, all I can say is fingers crossed and hope for the best. But I don't know. Never optimistic away in the Champions League.
Yeah, the record shows. The record gives you all the information you need on the away results that we've had for the Champions League started, really. It's not been great. So let's go into some of the first goal scorers then, John. Right, first goal scorer. I'll not go through the Atletico players because we know that they're the favourites to score first. So we'll leave them. We'll just look at the Celtic players. We've got Kyogo at 14-1 to score the first goal. We've got Yang at 25-1. We've got Palmer at 25-1. Matt O'Reilly 28-1. And for a wee outside bet to score the first goal, Greg Taylor at 125-1. What are you thinking?
I was thinking Matt O'Reilly, Celtic's top scorer. That's 28-1. Even Yang's get better odds than that. I find that very strange.
I know. It is strange, isn't it? It's, as you say, Yang, Palmer, all better odds than Matt O'Reilly to score the first goal. And Matt is obviously, as you say, our top scorer. He's formed that slightly, I think, in the last 2 or 3 games, though. So maybe that's something to do with the pricing there, John. I'm not 100% sure.
It could be. I mean, Lewis Palmer's a good bet, isn't he? I suppose. We know he's got a brilliant strike on him. So if anybody had a chance with the first goal, I'd put my money on Lewis Palmer.
Yeah. He's got a strike on him, that boy, and he's got a great finish on him. Like you saw the goal at the weekend against Ross County. What a hit that was. So he's got that in his locker, John. So that's something we've got in our armoury, if you like. But that's the pricing on the first goal scorers, John. Let's have a wee look at some of the correct score prices. And you've got Celtic to win 1-0, 28-1. Celtic to win 2-1, also 28-1. And then you've got Celtic to win 2-0, 70-1. The bookmakers are not getting as much of a chance, are they? But of course, the bookmakers, they can be wrong sometimes.
Aye, absolutely, aye. Look, you just don't know. It's like I says to you. Well, you said they were beat 2-1 at the weekend, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
By an inferior team. So, look, it's 11 men against 11. So that's all you can go by. If that Celtic turn up with that attitude, look, it's 11 guys against 11 guys. You just never, ever know. I mean, it's the same as Celtic playing in the Scottish League, and sometimes they get a wee shock result, they get beat or whatever. You just never know.
Yeah. As you say, John, we need every player to play a 10 out of 10. And even then, you might not win the game, but we need every player to turn up there tomorrow night and play a 10 out of 10. That's the way I look at it. There's no room for players hiding, John, and being off form. We can't afford to have anybody off form or hiding in the game.
No. There'll be a couple. I mean, there will always be a couple of players that don't perform. It's very hard to get every player to perform 10 out of 10. And I mean, the last time we really seen anything close to that was at Ibrox recently. When we've been in there with an inferior team. with no fans and got a result. So you need that kind of performance for every player, really.
Aye, we do. Yeah. And fingers crossed that everybody does turn up and give a 10%, 10 out of 10 performance, that because we need that. We definitely need that. So looking at any injuries we've got going into the game, John, who have we got injured? We've got Naroki. He's still trying to come back from his injury, ain't he, Naroki?
Right, well, he's back in training was the last we heard, but obviously we've got the long-term ones like Leo Abada, Rio Hatate. Big loss into Rio Hatate.
Yeah. And hopefully there's no after effects from the tackle put on Yang at the weekend, the disgusting tackle for the Ross County player, Brown. That was unbelievable, that tackle. I still can't get that out of my head. You know, and how did the referee only give a yellow for that, John?
The ref
Initially.
the ref had to go to VAR, and it was confirmed how bad the tackle actually was. So I hope the Ross County fans have come to the realisation that they're playing it in like an absolute animal on Yang. And the booing Yang throughout that game was totally unjustified. So I hope they've seen that back and they've realised why their player was sent off. Animal. Total animal.
Yeah, so hopefully there's no ill effects for that tackle, because that could have caused a bit of internal damage, that tackle. I've not heard anything, mind you. So that's us went through the injured players we've got. So most of the players are fighting fit, apart from the long-term ones, like you say. Abada, Hatate, Naroki, and Lagerbielke. We've not seen Lagerbielke, John, since, what, Ibrox?
I don't know if he's played after that. Can't remember. No good at remembering that kind of stuff. But
I don't think he has, John. I don't think he has played since Ibrox. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing him anyway. But he's not going to be flung in against Atletico Madrid anyway, is he? But it'd be good to have these players on the bench as backup.
Aye. We've also got Nat Phillips as well as a central defender. So we've got 3 spare central defenders there, which is good. It's always good to have them, you know.
Yeah.
My worry is Callum McGregor. He plays so much, doesn't he? He's constantly playing and he plays for the full game. It's always the full game he plays for. Or he'll get 10 minutes after the end or whatever. And there he is. He's played on Sunday away up at Dingwall, the furthest away ground in Scotland. A lot of travelling, no much rest. 2 days later, we're up against Atletico Madrid. So I just hope he's all right.
I think Callum McGregor needs a rest. I think we've got Awata there. He just needs a couple of games rest, I think, and it will get him back up to full speed. And we've got Awata there, but he never rests, Callum McGregor. So in the league, I think Awata should be given a couple of games to give Callum McGregor a rest. What do you think, John?
In the league, definitely, aye. But Awata's the guy we forgot actually was the 5th sub against Ross County. I forgot he actually came on. Don't think he made that much an impact, but he definitely should be starting in these games in the league. You know, especially with this Champions League stuff that's happening. I think with Saturday against Ross County, I think Awata should definitely have been starting that game and rested Callum McGregor. He plays far too much for me.
Yeah,
and it shows. It shows in his performances.
He plays practically every minute, but you know he's not going to rest him in the Champions League. He's not even going to rest him in the league, is he? He's our captain, and he relies on Callum McGregor in every game. To be perfectly honest with you, so we'll watch this space with it, and we'll see if Callum gets a rest, because you've got to remember he plays all these international games as well. There's an international break coming up. He's going to be playing both their games as well.
Aye, well, that's what I was saying. Callum McGregor needs rested in the league, not the Champions League, because we need our best 11 out for that if we've to stand any chance of getting a result. But no, definitely wouldn't rest him for the Champions League. In the league, I'd definitely be giving a Water a start. Give the boy a chance, or Thiago home.
Yeah. All right. But Atletico Madrid, see if we come out of there tomorrow night with a point, John. It sets us up really nicely for the last two games to try and qualify for the Europa League. You know, it gives us a great chance because I think we could take something again away to Lazio, and I definitely think we could beat Feyenoord at home. So if we get a point tomorrow, it gives us a great chance, John, to qualify for the Europa League.
Aye. Well, we'll see. Wait and see what happens. Well, I know that I'm not overly confident in that, to be honest with you, Xander. But look, you just never know. I keep saying that. That's my attitude towards the whole thing. You just never know. I'm not going to build my hopes up or anything like that. So I get into these games and that competition with that attitude. You just never know.
Yeah, let's go into the team lineups then, John. As usual, 1-11 for tomorrow night then. Obviously, the manager he's changed it the last couple of games. He's changed it up, starting Forrest, starting Yang, you know, some changes here and there. So what do you think the 1-11 is going to be tomorrow?
Well, obviously it's going to be Joe Hart, Carter Vickers and Liam Scales, Greg Taylor and Alistair Johnson, who was rested on Saturday, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Centre at the park, Callum McGregor, Matt Riley, and this is the big one, isn't it? Thiago home. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know, but I'll say Thiago home. I like him. I love the fact that he's got loads of pace and he's got a decent shot on him. So I'd like to see him starting up front, Kyogo, Maeda and Lewis Palmer.
Yeah. Again, I've got the exact same team as you here, John, but I think they start with Turnbull instead of Thiago home or anybody else for that matter. I think he's going to start with Turnbull in the team. Don't think it'll be Bernardo. I think he's going to go with the guy that scored 2 goals in his last 2 games. He's going to go with the on-form player. So, and I'm hearing rumours that Turnbull's going to be offered a new contract as well, John. What do you think of that?
Well, you know, I've been giving him stick the last couple of podcasts. Not the last one, but the previous couple before that. He doesn't deserve a place at Celtic and all that stuff. He's not showing enough. And to me, his performances, he doesn't show enough. Other than scoring a goal now and again, I don't think he does enough to have an impact in the game, if you know what I mean. Doesn't he get involved in the play and all that as much as other players? He's very slow, very laboured looking, but he has got a very good strike on him. That's all I can say about David Turnbull. He's got a very good strike on him. Takes a half decent corner as well, I suppose. I'd love to see him perform for Celtic, like every player. I'd love to be praising the guy every week, you know. That's what I'd love to be with every Celtic player, and David Turnbull included. But a new contract, you think he's done enough to deserve that?
Well, do you think maybe Brendan's getting more at him now? And that's why he's getting more game time. He's beginning to score some more goals. Do you think the manager's getting more out of Turnbull?
I'd like to think so, Sander. But it doesn't look any different to what he's played under any other manager to me. I want to see him involved in everything in the game. You know, you see Matt O'Reilly flying into tackles and stuff and winning the ball back and creating a chance, putting a good ball through, scoring goals. That's what you need for David Turnbull. If he puts that same effort in, that same performance, offer him a new contract. But I don't see it for David Turnbull. He doesn't put that much effort in.
Yeah. Well, personally, I would give him the contract if it's true. I mean, it's obviously just a rumour just now, but his contract runs out next summer. So you also don't want to lose the player and not get any money for him either, John. So you want to offer him that contract on that basis and on the fact that Brendan Rodgers is going to get more out of the player. So yeah, I would give him the contract if it's true, obviously. So I'd give him the contract. All right, let's move on to the correct score. the dreaded correct score. Atletico Madrid, the last 5 games, John, we're looking at a loss at the weekend there, 2-1. And then the weekend before that, they won 2-1 against Alves. Well, obviously, before that, they drew 2 each with Celtic. Then they beat Celta Vigo 3-0. And before that, they beat Real Sociedad 2-1. So their form's up and down, John. They're scoring goals, but also conceding goals. What's your predicted score for tomorrow night?
Well, they conceded 2 against Celtic as well, didn't they? But look, Celtic at that defence, like you say, they're going to come at us. They're going to come attack after attack. They're going to flood players forward. And Celtic do have the pace to counter-attack them. So that's our chance to get something out of that game, I think. Because they're going to pass, keep the ball. It's going to be very, very hard for the Celtic players. But if we can counter-attack them with the pace we've got up front, they're a bit dodgy in defence. So I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1.
Aye, well, it's just a guess. I've given my opinion why I think that how Celtic could get that result. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm not going to say Celtic's going to get beat. I'll never say that. So 1-1.
I'll say 2-2. I think it'll be a draw as well, and I think there'll be goals in it. Same as the Parkhead game. If we come out of there with a win, it'd be amazing, obviously. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I think it'll be finished 2-2. A point for Celtic tomorrow night and a 2-2 draw.
Aye, well, listen, I'd take that all day. But well, fingers crossed, that's all I can say. And of course, the thing I took away at the end of that game was their half-wit manager, Simeone, refusing to shake Brendan Rodgers' hand and running up the tunnel. So
that's right.
Well, the Celtic players going to remember that, do you think? How he acted, how the players acted? I don't know. Their manager was a disgrace, if you ask me. Turning up looking like a bus mattress in a suit as well. And acting like that, having his players act the same way as him at the end as well. So I'll keep that in mind, and I hope the Celtic players do as well.
Yeah. There's a wee bit of, I don't know, rivalry, if you like, between the two clubs, isn't there? Obviously, what happened way back in the 70s. Now, you could tell there's a wee bit of feistiness at the game a couple of weeks ago, and that's obviously going to continue into tomorrow night's game. So, look out for more hard tackles, John, and some more dirty tactics, because that's going to happen. That's definitely going to happen. All right, we'll park the game for tomorrow night there. We'll do a wee post-match on Tuesday or Wednesday. Depends how the result goes. Just before we go, Starfelt scored, John, for Celta Vigo at the weekend. He scored his first goal for them. Big Starfelt, John, are you missing him?
Not at all. Not at all. Was not a fan of the guy at all.
Nah.
Look, who would you rather have in the team? Starfelt or Liam Scales?
Yeah, well, that's true. I think Liam Scales is a far better defender than Starfelt. That's hard to say. It's unreal that we're saying that. Liam Scales wasn't even part of the team. He was out on loan to Aberdeen, and then when he came back, he wasn't getting a game. It was just because of injuries. He threw in at Ibrox, if you remember, played a blinder, and he's not looked back since. So,
yep.
Yeah, it's unbelievable the turnaround that boy's made in his career. But I do miss Starfelt. I thought he was a good defender. I liked him. He played well, obviously, alongside Cameron Carter-Vickers. Two of them were unbeaten. Every time they played together, they never got bet. So, he did have a mistake in him, obviously, Big Starfelt, didn't he? He had a few mistakes in him.
He had a load of mistakes in him. Every time he had the ball at his feet, I had my heart in my mouth, He couldn't pass 10 yards under. That was his problem. I didn't like him for that. The fear used to go through me when he was on the ball. What's he going to do with this? Couldn't pass it. Hopeless. He had a lot of pace in him. His tackling side of the game was no bad, I think. But his passing was brutal. Absolutely brutal. I'm glad he left. He followed his girlfriend, didn't he? Followed his girlfriend to Celta Vigo.
He did. That's right.
So, what's he going to do if she moves back to Celtic? Is he going to follow her back here again?
I know that was pretty pathetic, actually, wasn't it, when you think about it? But I think you're being a bit harsh when you said he was no that good, because he was a decent defender, I thought. But anyway, you've got your opinion, I've got mine, John. That's just the way it is, isn't it, I suppose. Just a wee quick mention on the promotion we've got just now. Obviously, I've done a wee bit at the start of the podcast, just to bring it up again. Guess the two Celtic legends' voices. Put it in the comments what you think your guesses are, and all the correct entries will be drawn, and one winner will be pulled out the hat. So have a listen to these two Celtic legends' voices.
Well, I didn't get to come here that often. As a boy, I always admired Pelé. For me, I don't think there'll be a footballer that'll get anywhere near him.
It was absolutely a great time for me as well, personally, and obviously football-wise was just great.
So if you know who these Celtic legends are, then just put your guesses in the comments. The first voice, the player, was at Celtic between 1983 and 1987, and the second Celtic voice was at Celtic between 2005 and 2010. So that's your two clues. Get your guesses in the comments, and good luck to everybody.
Does it get any easier? Name the legend. Very, very simple. Of course, you've got two clues there as well to go through. I think you're making it too easy, Xander.
Yeah, I think it was too tough without the clues, to be honest with you, John. So a wee clue there to help everybody out a wee bit, and get your entries into the comments below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So John and myself will be back tomorrow for the post-match podcast for Atletico Madrid against Celtic. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock kick-off in the Champions League. I think you're going to be watching it anyway, John.
With great trepidation, I'll watch it. Don't look forward to it. I don't know. I'll wake up in the mornings, a Champions League game, and think, oh no.
I know. But as long as it's not a 3 or a 4 or a 5, you know, if it's respectable, I'll be happy. If we get a draw, I'll be ecstatic. If we win, I'll be over the moon. So that's the way I look at it.
Well, exactly. That's the way I look at it as well.
Yeah, that's what it is, John. We need to play the fixture, and you never know. You just never know what will come out of their way.
Do you want me to read some comments out before you go?
Yeah, read some comments. Yeah, John, on you go. Yeah.
So sorry about that, Xander, interrupt you, but I'll get these out the way because we kind of forget to do these sometimes.
Yeah, on you go, buddy.
UD could have been 10-0 if it wasn't for their keeper. Exactly. Cricket score if it wasn't for their keeper on Saturday. We thought he was fantastic.
He kept the score respectable for them, didn't he? And you've got to remember, they're down to 10 men, so he kept it really respectable. He's a good keeper, him. Laidlaw. Yeah.
Colin Stewart, I'll move on. Good win. Nice to see shots. I agree with that, Colin. It was nice to see Celtic taking shots outside the box for a change. I heard the away fans are getting banned for holding County's one and only ball too long.
Yeah. Aye, that's right. Aye. Banning the Celtic supporters for anything now. I mean, you've got Celtic banning the Green Brigade, and then you've got these away clubs. These clubs, when we play away, but cutting the allocation for the Celtic fans. It's, you know, the fans are just getting hammered everywhere they turn, to be honest with you.
Aye. So quickly through another couple of these. But he's right with the fans. Paul McEwen, 3-0, hail. That was one day ago. I don't know if he's having a go at the score for the Ross County game, or he's just telling us the score. Thanks for that anyway, Paul. What's that? Treble Rebel. Keeper saved them. Just got to accept, I think it means just got to accept we play in Scotland and we'll never have had a level playing field and we will never, not a man down, and they still had 13 players on the pitch. I think he's talking about basically the referee and VAR were 13 players. You're right enough there. Treble rebel. I think VAR and the ref did take them up to 13 players.
Yeah, that's right. You know, could have went on all day and they kept chopping goals off at the weekend. You know, goals getting chopped off for nothing. But we've already went through all that, I suppose.
Aye. Phil Boy says after that their keeper needed testing. Defo he thinks the keeper was on something.
Aye, well, the way he was diving out with that box and keeping everything out. It's, and no wonder he thinks that. The guy was outstanding. The guy was saving absolutely everything.
I read that wrong for Phil Boy. It was after that game their keeper needed testing. Defo on something. Yep. Paul McComb thanks Tommy Burns and Ramon Vega. Great funny podcast, lads. So that's Paul's go at the competition.
All right. Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck. Colin Stewart thinks it's John Hughes and Joe Ledley.
Good luck. That's all I'll say.
Paul's had another go, Joe Ledley. Paul's had another go, Brian McClare.
Yep. Good luck.
And yet another go for Paul. He thinks it's Frank McGarvey and Lubo Moravcik. So you can have as many guesses as you want, remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that concludes the comments, Xander.
Okay, John. Thanks for that. Yeah, good luck to everybody in the competition. Get that framed Celtic Legends prints posted out to you as soon as the draw is made on Saturday after the Aberdeen game. We'll get that sent out to you on the Saturday or the Monday, and you'll probably get it posted to you by Tuesday, I would say. So we've already gave 2 of these away. Both winners were over the moon with the Legends frame prints, and you could be the next winner. So just get your entry into the comments. All right, we'll wrap it up there, John. That's us for the day. Tomorrow, good luck to the champions tomorrow against Atletico Madrid. And we'll catch you on the post-match, buddy. All right, buddy. See you tomorrow.
Okay, dokie, Xander. I'll see you tomorrow, and hail, hail. Good luck to Celtic.
Hail, hail, buddy. Hail, hail. Bye-bye. Bye for now.